Good day everyone. Our topic for today is all about monolingual to multilingual. There are two topics. First is language programs that will be discussed by me and policies across Asean countries that will be discussed by my partner, Miss Christine Ambrosius. I hope you listen attentively and learn something today. So before I discuss language programs, let me first define what is monolingual and multilingual and where is it applicable. So, monolingual refers to the use or knowledge of only one language. The question is, where is monolingual applicable? The applicability of monolingualism depends on the context or purpose. So, first is education. In a monolingual education system, a single language is used to teach all subjects. This is commonly seen in countries where the national language is also the medium of instruction in schools. Next is communication. So, monolingualism applicable in situations where there is a shared language between two or more people. For example, within a community of speakers who all use the same language. Multilingual refers to the ability to use or knowledge of multiple languages. Multilingualism can take different forms, from being able to understand and communicate a few different languages to being fully proficient in many languages. So, multilingualism is becoming increasingly important in today's globalized world, where people from different linguistic and cultural backgrounds interact and work together in a regular basis. Additionally, multilingualism is important for maintaining cultural diversity and promoting intercultural understanding by being able to speak and understand multiple languages. Individuals can connect with people from different cultures and learn more about their traditions, values, and beliefs. So, let me discuss the language programs in multilingual societies. First is bilingual education. So, bilingual education programs aim to teach students in their native language while introducing them to a second language. So, these programs has been shown to be effective in improving academic outcomes for students and promoting cultural understanding. The second one is language revitalization. Language revitalization programs focus on reviving endangered and minority languages and promoting their use in the community. So, the third one is language exchange programs. It provides opportunities for people to learn and practice their language with native speakers. This program is often organized by language schools, cultural organizations, and language learning platforms. And the last one is translation and interpretation services. So, translation and interpretation services are essential to multilingual societies to facilitate communication across languages. These programs can be provided by individuals, organizations, and or company agencies.
And now, let's talk about the policies across ASEAN countries, or the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So, what is Southeast Asia? Southeast Asia is a region of marvelous linguistic diversity with over 1,200 languages and spoken by 655 million people all across this large and geographically and culturally diverse area. It means Southeast Asia is a melting pot of many different language groups. Making Southeast Asian languages as a rich field of study. So, ano nga ba ang language policy and what is the importance of language policy? So, a language policy is what a government does either officially through legislation, court decision, or policy to determine how languages are being used. So it is a cultivate language skills needed to meet national priorities to establish the rights of individuals or groups to use and maintain the languages. So ano nga ba ang kahalagahan ng language policy? So ang language policy po contributes the growth of the field by publishing high quality studies that help us to build a sound theoretical understanding of the subject area. So, ang language policy represents papers that deals with the widest range of cases, situations, and regions. And it is also critically important to develop language policies that ensure the access of minority populations to prestigious forms of national standard language and literacy while supporting the intergenerational retentions of minority languages both in indigenous and immigrant languages. So why do language policies and language education practices vary throughout the Southeast Asia? So here are the members of ASEAN, or the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. We have here Indonesia, Malaysia, at syempre Philippines, Thailand, Singapore, Brunei, Vietnam, Laos, Burma, and Cambodia. Pero sa discussion natin na ito, 6 lang na bansa ang ma-share ko sa inyo. Ito ay ang Brunei, Malaysia, Indonesia, Cambodia, Singapore, and the last one is Thailand. So as you can see in the figure number 1, it is the estimated numbers of languages spoken in Southeast Asian countries. So for the Brunei, 17, Timor-Leste, 19, Cambodia, 22, Singapore, 30, Thailand, 84, Laos, 86, Vietnam, 104, Myanmar, 113, Malaysia, 147, and Philippines, 180, and the last one is Indonesia, which is 742 spoken languages. And now, let's talk about the policy education in Brunei. So, Brunei is the smallest Southeast Asian nation in terms of population. So, kahit na ang Brunei ay ang may pinakamaliit na populasyon sa Southeast Asian nation, Brunei is still ethnically and linguistically diverse. So, majority of the population here are the Malay group. So, therefore, there are speaking several Malay languages. So, here in Brunei, they have estimated 17 languages spoken. So, as according to Constitution of 1959, Standard Malay will be the official language of the Peninsula, Malaysia. So, the most widely spoken here is the Brunei Malay. So, ito yung nagsiserve as sa kanila as the medium of wider communication, and it is spoken as the first language by majority of population. So, the use of local language here in Brunei is legally prescribed. So, the system here is benefiting some sections of the society, as some elite youth of Malay origin and some Chinese can already be considered first language speakers of English. So, the next country is Malaysia. So, in Malaysia, it is estimated that about 134 languages are spoken in Malaysia. The largest ethno-linguistic group, the Malays, represents about half of the population. So, the Constitution of 1957 stipulates Standard Malay or the Bahasa Malaysia as the official language or the national language. Although Standard Malay is widely spoken as a second language, few people, even ethnic Malays, speak it as their first language. So the use of teaching and learning of any language is also guaranteed. So in education naman, national primary schools use Standard Malay as their language of instruction, while in national type primary schools, they use another language such as Mandarin Chinese, Tamil, or some other alternative languages. So from 2003 to 2012, Malaysia used English as the LOI for mathematics and science. But the experiment discontinued as many teachers and students in rural areas had difficulties using English for teaching and learning. And now, our next country is Indonesia. So in Indonesia, they have 707 spoken languages. In Indonesian it is the linguistically the most diverse country in Asia. So according to the Constitution of 1945, it stipulates that Indonesian or the Bahasa Indonesia as their official language. So Indonesian is also the language of instruction and language of literacy of all levels of education. So only 10 to 20% speak in and only 10 to 20% of population speaks Indonesian as their first language, and the rest of the 70% population Indonesian use it as a second language. However, data on second language speakers' Indonesian proficiency, particularly academic language skills required in education, are not available. Some regional languages such as Javanese and Mandarin. So the next one is the Cambodia. So Cambodia, an estimated 27 languages are spoken in Cambodia. The Khmer are by far the largest and the most dominant ethno-linguistic group in the Kingdom of Cambodia. The Khmer make up approximately 90% of the population. So the Constitution of 1993 stipulates that Khmer as the official language. So Khmer was the exclusive language of institution until the late 1990s, when bilingual education programs were first initiated in some minority areas. 5 non-dominant languages are currently used as languages of instruction and literacy. Over the past 20 years, Cambodia has seen a gradual development of its language policies. The Education Law of 2007 gave local authorities the right to choose the language of instruction in certain minority areas. So for our next country is Singapore. So Lewis et al. Listed 24 languages for Singapore, and according to the Constitution of 1965, it stipulates 4 official languages, which is the Malay, Mandarin Chinese, Tamil, and English. The Constitution also guarantees the use, teaching, and learning of the other languages. So English is the sole language of instruction in education. So in Singapore, all students also study one of the official which is the mother tongue languages. So this is the Malay, Mandarin, or Tamil. Even though this language may not be spoken at home, many younger Singaporeans are adopting English and Mandarin among some ethnic Chinese as their main home language. Nowadays, a notable proportion of children enter formal education from English-speaking households, though the actual home language is often Singlish, the Singaporean non-standard variety of English. For our last country is Thailand. Thailand is estimated 72 languages are spoken in Kingdom of Thailand. 50% Thai citizens speak standard or yung tinatawag na Central Thai as their first language. So, ang Standard Thai is widely spoken as second language throughout the country, but no data are available on the language proficiency of second language Thai speakers. So, Thailand's first national language policy or yung NLP was approved by 2 different governments and magkaiba sila ng taon, which is 2010 and 2012. So, ano nga ba yung NLP? So, NLP deals with non-dominant language and their use in education. The NLP calls for the use of learners' first language as a basis for cognitive development. So, in 2015, 2 teacher training institutions started to train MLE teachers. And in 2017, there has been serious discussion about an operational plan as well as a budget to implement the NLP or the Thailand's first national language policy.